started. So if we come up to shake the body out, well, just in case, let's all have bricks as well. So shake the body out, give your body a good little wiggle. Oh. Hot mouth wobble while you're at it. This feels so good to shake the day out of your system. Listen to that. Right, so should we lie down? Okay. Feel free, if you want to just lie flat on the floor, that's fine, but if you want to start opening the chest out by placing 2 bricks at the back of the mat in T position, you can do that too. Okay? So you can have the vertical one will go in between your shoulder blades like that, and the horizontal one will go under your head, and there's a gap between the two for you. If you want to try it, and if it feels horrible, then just come off it. Yeah. So make sure that your neck is not on the brick, right? So just the space between the shoulder blades and the head. Everything else is off the brick. Does that feel okay?
No.
Is it too high? Yeah, then come off it and just lie down, it's all good. Yeah. And then once you are in position, if you want to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out wide, then go ahead and do that. If that's, again, not comfortable, just have your legs straight. Arms a little away from you with the palms up. And then if you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And sigh the breath out. And again, a deep breath in. And sigh the breath out. One more time, nice deep breath in. And let it go. And then let the breath flow in and out freely and softly. And watch as the breath flows in. Watch as the breath flows out. When we practice yoga, if we can stay with our body, with our breath, if we keep watching what's happening within the body, what's happening with our breath, we start to become aware of how we react to certain things. For example, if I talk a lot and you're finding yourself getting irritated, you might tense up something. If I take you into a pose that feels uncomfortable, that might cause you to tense something up as well. Okay? That's the whole point of yoga, is to shine that light of awareness into our habits, into what we do with our body, with our mind, how we respond. Okay? So let's just start to breathe a little more deeply and fully. So breathing in, the breath goes a little bit deeper. Breathing out, let the breath get a little bit longer. So this week, I kind of messed it up a little bit. Normally, at this time of year, I'd be doing Halloween themed yoga. This week I picked Diwali theme, thinking it was this week that was Diwali. It's not, it's next week. Diwali is a festival of light that's celebrated in India. And it's, again, very much about light conquering darkness. And that's what yoga does for you. It helps you to become aware of the dark areas in your body, okay, so that you can let go of that darkness in your body, let go of that tension, and become a little lighter, and allowing your inner light to shine, be happier, move more freely. Okay? So that's kind of what this whole week is about. So let's start to engage the pelvic floor. As you breathe out, think about hugging the pelvic floor from the front sides and back into its center and lift up. And as you breathe in, let the muscles of the pelvic bowl and the pelvic floor completely relax and open wide. Breathing out, like the claw, everything closes and lifts up. And breathing in, the claw opens and drops down. So be with that, breathe. Okay. And at this point, if you start to notice, yeah, okay, that's quite hard, I'm not used to doing this, just become aware. Or you might find that, yeah, it's really easy for you to do this, and that's cool. Okay. Maybe you notice that you can hug the pelvic floor from the back more than the front, or more than the sides. Again, that's something to play with. Okay. And the next time you breathe out, for those of you who are lying on the bricks, put your feet on the mat, roll over to one side and move the bricks out. If you're not lying on the bricks, just extend the legs out in front of you. Okay. And then we're going to do a full body stretch. So as you breathe in, reach your arms overhead, point the toes forward and stretch the body out. Maybe stretching the right side and then the left side, and keep that going a few times, stretching side to side. Noticing whether there's a difference between the two sides, maybe, maybe not, right? And then when you've done both sides evenly, use your next out breath to draw the knees up into the chest, wrap your arms across your legs, give yourself a big hug, noticing how your lower back feels, okay? Maybe you can bring your forehead up towards the knees, chin towards your chest, and breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. And notice how your upper back feels. And then relax the head down, and let's do some hip circles by pushing the knees away from each other and then circling them back together. And again, keep noticing what's going on in the hip joints. So when we have the awareness, we can create change, right? And what's really cool is when you notice where you hold tension on a yoga mat, go in the opposite direction a few times, you'll notice that in life off the mat, if you're stressed, you'll be holding tension in the same area. Okay? And that's because we've been cultivating this habit since we were little. And we tense our muscles to protect ourselves. Right? So inhale, extend the arms and legs up towards the ceiling and rotate the wrists and ankles a few times in one direction and a few times in the opposite direction. Wonderful. And then let's bring the legs back down to the mat. Okay? We're going to have the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. I don't know if we did this last week or not, but let's interlace the fingers, except for the first finger, except for the index fingers. Keep them pointing forward. Okay? We'll just do the upper body first of all. So as you breathe in, reach your arms overhead and do a big stretch. As you breathe out, push your feet against each other, lift the pelvic floor, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. So keep your bum on the floor, just head and shoulder, that's it. Okay, breathing in, lower back down, and extend. Breathing out, push your feet together, lift the pelvic floor, lift your head and shoulders. Inhale, lower down and extend. Exhale, press the feet, lift the pelvic floor, lift your head and shoulders. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lift up, hold it a moment. And then we're going to lower down. This time we're going to lift just the legs, right, and the tailbone as well. So inhale here. As you exhale, press your feet together. Lift your feet up, lift your tailbone up, and then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, press the feet and lift your tailbone, lift your feet up. Inhale and lower, and keep your head relaxed on the floor. Exhale, press and lift up again. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift up. And then lower the legs down. Just do a big full body stretch before we put both of them together. Okay. So stretch the whole body out, and maybe shake the arms out a little bit. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet back together, interlace our hands again, except for the first fingers. And as you breathe in, reach your arms overhead. As you breathe out, press the feet together, lift your head and shoulders, lift your feet, lift your tailbone. Can you reach your fingers and toes up towards the ceiling? Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift up, reach up towards the ceiling. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift and reach up. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift and reach. And then lower down and do a big stretch. Reach your arms and the legs away from each other. And hopefully it will feel nice stretching this out. Wonderful. And then we're going to do a twisting one. Okay, so if you have your feet on the floor, and we're going to take our right thigh on top of the left, so a nice tight cross. So knees bent, okay? And knees bent, feet on the floor, right thigh on top, lovely. Hands underneath your head. And we're only twisting to the right, not going to the left, right? So take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze your legs together, lift your head up and twist to the right, left elbow towards the right knee. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, squeeze the legs, lift your head up, twist to the right. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale, lower, and do a big stretch before we do the second side. Okay? So reach your arms and your legs long, get nice long. Whew. And then bend the knees back up, and this time cross your left thigh on top of the right. Hands go underneath your head again, and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, squeeze the legs, lift your head and shoulders and twist to the left. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, squeeze, lift, twist to the left. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale and lower. Exhale, lift and twist. And then lower down and do a full body stretch. Whew. I hope you felt a little bit there. And then let's stretch that all out a little bit. So bend the knees again. Have your feet wide, knees wide, and let's keep them wide all the way through the twist, okay? So feet wide, soles of the feet on, that's it. Arms out to the sides, okay? And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's drop the knees down to the right. And we're going to take that right foot and place it on our left knee. So the front foot on the back knee, okay? And gently guide that knee down and look back towards your left arm if it feels okay for your body, and breathe. And when you're ready to breathe out next time, lower that right foot down and keep the feet wide. Roll all the way over to the left. Place your left foot on top of your right knee, gently guiding that knee down. Okay? And look back towards your right hand and breathe. And then next time you exhale, lower your left foot down, come back up to center. Bring the knees up into the chest and start to roll up and down the spine like you're trying to come up to sit. And when you're ready, come all the way up to sit. Okay. So the pose that we've been working on in most classes, in all classes, is the Firefly Pose, which is an arm balance. And the reason I chose Firefly is because they shine their own light, don't they? So they can be this, they celebrate Diwali all the time by shining their own light. However, we probably won't do the full Firefly, but we'll do some little variations and have fun with it, okay? So let's sit first, sit when we sit. Extend your legs out wide, okay? Now, I think for some of you, it'll be good to sit on the front edge of the brick, because if you're rounding out like this, coming forward is going to be not so comfortable. So if you're sitting up on the front edge of the brick, you might find that you can lift up the spine more. If you're already sitting tall, you don't have to get up on the brick, okay? It's just, I'm worried about when you're rolling back like that. If you're able to just sit tall, I think you're fine, Sarah. I don't think you need it. Okay? So from here, we're not going to go forward yet. I want you to think about not leaning back, but coming forward, sitting high up onto the sit bone, onto the front edge of your sit bone. So you're sitting at the front of the brick if you're on the brick, right? And then the hands go onto your legs. And we're just going to gently go side to side. So just breathing out, leaning to one side, breathing into center, breathing out to the other side, or just keep it going and just breathe. Just working into the inner thighs, inner groin. Wonderful. And then when you've done both sides, take your hands underneath your knees and pull the knees up. And then we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Okay, so you come off your wrists. Okay. Have your hands underneath, your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Fingers and thumbs evenly spread. And let's press the shin bones into the mat. And inhale, slide the heart forward, look up. As you exhale, push into the earth and let the spine round, draw the belly in. Inhale, slide the heart forward and look up. Exhaling to round the spine. Again, inhale to lift up. Exhale to round, and then stay there in that rounded position and take a breath into the space between your shoulder blades. Now, as you breathe out, lift the chest up, look up. And then breathing in, round the spine, breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing out, heart forward and look up. So same thing, just different breathing technique. And breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing out and lift the chest. Fabulous, that's wonderful. Let's inhale, take the right arm up. As you exhale, slide your right hand all the way out to the left, so take it behind the left arm. And keep going until you can bring the right shoulder down and the right side of your head down. And then press down into your left hand and push into the fingertips and roll your shoulders, roll your left shoulder onto your back. Chest up towards the ceiling a little bit and breathe. And then inhale, coming back up. And exhale here, and then we're going to go to the other side. So when you breathe in, lift your left arm up. And as you breathe outside, that left arm all the way out to the right, bringing that left shoulder down, the left side of your head down. And press into your right hand, roll the right shoulder onto your back. And spin your chest up a little bit more. Hopefully you feel a lovely stretch along the left shoulder, the shoulder blade area. Maybe even the ribs. And then inhale to slowly come back up. And we're going to work our wrists a little bit here. So bring the wrists together with the fingers pointing out to the side, or as close together as they will go. Okay? And then start to move your upper body in circles over your wrists. And then go in the opposite direction. Wonderful. And then shall we do one downward dog today? So take your hands out wide, walk the hands a little bit in front of your shoulders, tuck the toes under. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bottom back towards the heels and lift your knees up, push your bum back and up, and then extend the legs and start to bend one knee and then the other a few times. Let your head relax. And then we're going to slowly bend both knees a little bit, look forward, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to walk, step, whatever you can do to get yourself as close to the front of the mat as you can. And once you get there, have your knees bent so much that you can get your belly resting on your thighs. And we're going to keep the belly resting on the thighs the whole time. So if your knees are together, can you make sure that your feet are close together as well? Okay, so make sure your knees are pointing in the same direction as your second toes. Belly onto your thighs, wrap your arms behind your legs and grab hold of the opposite elbows, okay? And then push your legs into your arms and push your arms into your legs and see if you can maybe extend the legs a little bit on the out breath without bringing your belly away from your thighs. And then inhale, bend the knees again. And exhale, push your legs and your arms against each other, maybe extend the legs, okay? And then inhale, bend again. And exhale, press and lift. Inhale and bend. And then this time, as you press your legs and your arms against each other on the out breath, try to extend the legs a little bit, but think about turning your thigh bones inwards and back behind you. Relax the neck, okay? Relax the neck. Just watch your knees are not drop. Just your feet are not together. Don't let your knees drop too far. That's it. That way is better. Okay? And then release the arms. Nod your head yes a few times. Shake your head no a few times. And then use your out breath to slowly come up. Okay? Slowly, slowly come all the way up. And then once you're up, if you're not dizzy, you can inhale the arms up. If you're dizzy, don't do that. Okay? And then when you're ready, you can release the arms down. Are we okay? Yeah. I forgot to say, if you have a lot of back pain, keep the forward bend a little gentler, more long spine bent knees. Yeah? Cool. Right, so let's move on and get ourselves ready for some firefly love later. So let's stand tall at the front, feet roughly hip width apart. We're going to take our weight into our right leg and slide the left leg straight back with the left big toe pointing towards the front left corner of your mat. You're going to bend that front knee so it sits in line with the ankle, chest forward, okay? And let's inhale, take the arms up. And as you exhale, take your arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, push into your feet and begin to fold forward, drop your head. Then push into your feet again, inhale and slowly come back, uplift the chest. Exhale, hug the legs in towards each other and fold. Inhale and lift back up again. Last time, and this time we're going to hold it, okay? So as you exhale, fold forward a little or a lot, drop your chin down, lift your arms up and breathe. Think about really grounding into the feet, hugging your inner thighs in towards each other. And try not to let your right hip bone stick out to the right, so hug into the center. And then release the hands and inhale, push into your feet, come all the way up, taking the arms up. And exhale, release the hands and step forward. And give your legs a little shake. So I want to show you a little something. This is what happens sometimes, and for some of us, when we go into a forward bend over our leg, this goes out, right? So think about your sit bone here, okay? I want you to gently tuck it back under, right? So that you're not winging it all out to the side, okay? Let's go to the second side. So standing tall, knees a little soft, weight into your left foot. Take your right leg back, right big toe pointing towards the front left corner. Okay? Remember, if you're wobbling, widen your stance a little bit. Okay? And then bend that left knee so it sits in line with the ankle. And inhale the arms out and up. And as you exhale, take your hands behind you and interlace the fingers the other way if you can, the other index finger on top. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, lift your arms up away from your back. And exhale, press into the feet and fold forward. Inhale, push into the feet again and lift up, lift the chest. Exhale, hug the legs in and fold. Inhale and lift back up. And then this time, exhale, fold forward and stay there. Keep thinking about that left sit bone, drawing it in towards the midline. And breathe and relax the neck a little and lift the arms up maybe a little bit more, some of you. And then when you're ready, next time you breathe out, you release the hands down. And as you breathe in, push into your feet, come all the way up into Warrior One. And as you breathe out, hands down, step forward, give your left leg a little shake. And now you might want to have your bricks so we can work the hamstrings a little bit more. Okay. Fabulous. I'm turning them up high, but you might not need them that high. Just see how we go. Let's start high and then see where we go with it. Okay. So we're going to inhale, take the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bend the knees a little and come down into a forward bend. And you want to bring the bricks so that they are next to your feet and the front of the bricks are aligned with the tips of your toes, okay? And then your hands go onto the bricks and you're going to step your left foot back. Stay on the ball of the left foot. So keep the heel lifted, all 10 toes forward. And then can you work your right leg towards straight? Okay. Now from here, inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold over your right leg, any amount that feels good. Inhale and lift the chest again. Exhale and fold again. One more time. Inhale, slide your chest forward. Exhale and fold. And we're going to hold this one. Some of you might find that you can turn the bricks down and it's still comfortable. So you might even find you can get your hands to the floor and that's cool too. But relax the neck. And just gently sway the hips a little bit side to side so that we get all of our hamstrings involved, because sometimes we have an imbalance, we end up stretching just the one of the muscles in the three. Okay? So when you wriggle a little bit, you get them all. And then inhale next time, bend that right knee, that front knee. Okay? And as you exhale, you're going to bring your left foot forward. And let's just have our hands onto our thighs and inhale, come up halfway. Okay? So again, watch if when you do things and your knees are bent, do you let them knock in? Are you dropping into the inner edge of your feet? If you are, can you press the knee out and take the weight into the outer edge of the feet as well? Okay? And then take a deep breath in again. As you exhale, take your hands down onto the bricks again, and we're going to inhale, step our, right leg back. And stay on the ball of the right foot. And then we're going to start to work the left leg towards straight. And inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Inhale, slide your chest forward. Exhale into fold. Inhaling again to lift. And exhaling, fold, and then stay there, maybe turning the bricks down, maybe not. Okay? Do what works for you, but relax the neck and gently sway the hips side to side. And then inhale next time, bend that front knee. Okay? You might need to turn the brick up to step forward, but as you exhale, step your right foot forward, hands onto your thighs. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, push into the feet and come all the way up. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling, release. Can I just say that was brilliant? I looked around and there was no knock to me this time round, right? Well done. I just need a quick sip of water, so if you want to have a drink, go ahead. And now we're going to do everybody's favourite pose. Can you guess what it is, Helen? Chair pose! See, she knows straight away. What is it about chair pose that people hate so much? I do remember when I was a beginner in yoga, I hated the chair pose too. I don't hate it anymore. Still don't love it. I don't love it when I go to my yoga teacher's class. She makes us hold it for about 3.5 days, you know? So I won't be that mean, okay? Let's have our hands on our hips and then take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lean your chest forward, bum back, and then bend the knees. Okay? And then bring your hands onto your thighs and really push into your hands, push down into your thighs and lift your chest up. Okay? And then let's take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and take the right arm and bind it behind our back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn the chest to the right. Get that right shoulder blade hugging the spine and breathe. When you're ready to breathe in again, come back to center and stand up, give your legs a little shake, and we'll go to the other side. So let's bring our legs together again. When you're ready, hands onto your hips, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, chest forward, bum back, and then bend the knees. Okay? Push down into your legs, inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, right hand to the outside, give the left knee, left hand behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Try not to let your right knee drop in front of the left, okay? Keep them together. And then can you get your feet a little closer together? There we go, okay? Breathe. And then inhale all the way back to center, stand up, give your legs a little shake, okay? And we're going to go into lunge, twist, and then we're going to start to get into the firefly-ish in a minute, okay? So let's stand tall at the front of the mat again and inhale, float the arms out and up, lift the chest a little. Exhale, soften the knees and come into a standing forward bend. Maybe you have your bricks in line with your toes, maybe you have your fingers in line with your toes. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, step the left leg back. Okay. Now, if you are on thin mat, flip the left side of your mat over so you can place your left knee down on the double matted bit, okay? Because otherwise it will hurt if we stay there for a while. And then squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, look a little forward. As you exhale, push into your feet and lift your spine back up. Palms together at your heart center. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lean forward, hooking your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine, the other way around. Exhale, press the palms together, spin your chest to the right. Get the right shoulder blade hugging the spine. And you can stay here, but if you want a little bit more, you have to tuck the left toes under and push out through the left heel to lift that left knee off the floor. But of course, when you do that, it gets quite wobbly, so just be careful. Okay? You don't have to, you can stay down. But if you're going to lift up, really press the back of your left thigh up towards the ceiling, so the left leg is really active. And then everybody, exhale, release your hands down to the floor. And inhale, look forward, lift that left knee up. Okay. Exhale, step forward. And just hang out in a soft forward bend, bending one knee and then the other a few times. And then we're going to, next time, breathe in, step our right leg back. So make sure your fingers are aligned with the toes. and then step your right leg back. If you're padding under your knee, flip the mat on the right side over and then lower your right knee down. Okay? Squeeze your inner thighs together. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, push into your feet and come up. Hands together at your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean forward, hooking your left elbow to the outside of the, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. There you go. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press the palms against each other and spin your chest to the left. Get the left shoulder blade hugging the spine. Breathe. And again, if you want to lift that back knee up, you push out through the heel and press the back of your right thigh up towards the ceiling so that the leg is really, really active. And breathe. And then exhale, next time release your hands down. And if you've got the back knee down, lift it up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, step forward. Okay? And again, just gentle bending one knee and then the other. And then inhale, look forward, coming up halfway. Exhale, push and come all the way up. And I want to show you this little funny forward bend thing, which will hopefully get the outside of your legs, and you kind of need to stretch those in order to do a firefly as well. Okay, so watch me a second. I'm going to come into a forward bend, knees can be bent, and I'm going to pivot on the balls of the feet until I turn to the back of the room, and my legs are going to be crossed. And then what will happen, it's very tempting to roll onto the outside edge of the back foot. Don't do that, ground the whole feet down and fold forward. And you might find that you need your bricks here so that you can fold into it. Okay. What you don't do is move your feet out of position, you're just pivoting on them, yeah? So let's do that, okay? So let's have our feet forward, okay? Roughly hip width, and inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward, and then start to walk around to the left, okay? So move your hands around to the left, and you're pivoting on the balls of the feet, and keep going until you're facing the back of your mat. And you should have your left foot in front and your right foot behind, yeah? Well there? Now, can you start to work your right leg, the back one, a little bit more straight, and ground the inside of the foot down and fold over your leg? So relax your neck. If you want to grab the bricks so that you can have your hands on there, go ahead and do that. Okay. And breathe. And then when you're ready, start to walk back the same way you came so that you don't end up tangling yourself too much. And then inhale, look forward a little bit just to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold again and start to walk around towards the right side of your mat. And keep going until your toes are all pointing to the back of the mat. Okay? So keep going, trust yourself a little bit. You've got to pivot on your feet, that's it. And then when you get there, can you start to work your back leg a little straighter and ground into the inside edge of your feet so you're not rolling onto the outside edge. Okay? And maybe fold for some of you a little deeper, maybe you're where you need to be. Are we feeling this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, good. And then slowly as you breathe in, go all the way back to the front again. Go back from where you came. Wonderful. And then use your next out breath. Push into the earth and come all the way up. Okay. And inhaling the arms up. And exhaling, release the arms down. And we're going to go into warrior two pose again, just a bit more hip opening. Right? So step your feet. Was that your phone? Oh, I was going to say, are your parents there? That's okay. But you don't need to check it.
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
No, cool. So you need to turn to face the long edge of your mat for warrior two. So you have your feet nice and wide, okay? And have the feet parallel. Think about the outside edge of your feet aligning with the two ends of the mat. And then soften the knees a little bit. Turn your right foot to the front of the mat. And then extend the left leg. Bend the right knee so it sits in line with the ankle. And have a little look to the inside of your leg. Can you see your big toe? Because often we end up doing this. We end up dropping the knee and collapsing into the inner edge. Can you ground into the big toe mound, little toe mound, and the center of the heel evenly? Okay? And then inhale the arms to shoulder height. Fabulous. And then check now that you're not dumping all the way into the front of the body and overarching the lower back. Okay? We're going to move it. So inhale, straighten the right leg, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, bend the right knee, right forearm down, left arm reaches up and over, pushing into the feet. Inhale, straighten the right leg, left arm down, right arm up, so lift back up, all the way up. That's it. And then exhale, bend, come forward again. Okay? So as you breathe in, you're going to reach up with that left arm, bring yourself all the way up, straighten your right leg and lean back. And then as you breathe out, this time we're coming down, right forearm down, left arm up and over, hug the feet in towards each other, spin the chest up a little bit more, hold it here a moment and breathe. And then as you breathe out next time, you're going to bring both hands back down to the mat and pivot onto the ball of that back foot, okay? And you're going to lower the back knee down and wiggle your right foot out to the right so that your both hands are on the inside of the leg, okay? And then we're going to inhale, slide the chest forward. Exhale, push the earth away and around the spine. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale and round the spine. And again, inhale, chest forward. Exhale and round. And then we're going to become a flying insect. Okay? So let's send the right sit bone out wide now. Just like, you know, I'm saying don't do it, but now I'm saying do it, right? So send your right sit bone out to the right, and then take your right shoulder underneath your right leg and bring the hand down to the floor. Okay? So that's step one. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, some of you will keep the back knee down, but some of you might want to try lifting the back knee up and take the right arm and reach it all the way out to the right. So it's floating, okay? And back knee can be up or down. Squeeze your legs in towards the midline. Can you come onto the finger pads of your left hand? And then maybe you can lift it up a little bit, take it wide, maybe. So you become like a flying insect. But hug your right hip back in now rather than winging it out. And lower it down, well done. And then step that right leg back and have a little rest in child's pose before we do the second side. Well done, that's a flying insect pose. Firefly is a flying insect, isn't it? Wonderful. So now we're just going to do one plank. Yeah? Let's come onto our hands and knees. Have your shoulders stacked above your wrists. And then extend one leg out and then the other leg out. Push down into your hands. Squeeze the legs together. Look forward. Take a breath. And then as you breathe out, send your bottom back and up, going into downward dog. Then inhale, bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, you can step or walk, whatever you need to do to come to the front of the mat. And then inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, push and come all the way up. Inhale with the arms up. Exhale and release it. Second side. So you're going to maybe turn that way so you get a different view of the room. Okay? And step your feet wide. Lovely. Again, start with your feet parallel, and we're going to bend our right knee, in fact, bend both knees a little bit. And we're going to turn our left foot to the front of the mat. Then extend that right leg and bend the left knee so it sits in line with the ankle. Again, think about where the weight goes into the feet, right? Make sure that that back foot is slightly turned in, Rachel, not out. That's it. And then inhale, bring the arms up to shoulder height. Hug your legs in towards each other, tailbone down. And then let's inhale, straighten the left leg, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, bend that left knee as you bring the left forearm down, right arm up and over. Inhale, push into your feet, lift up, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, bend the left knee, left forearm down, right arm up and over. Again, inhale, straighten that left leg, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, bend, bringing the left forearm down, right arm up and over. And draw the belly in, spin the chest up and breathe. Wonderful. And when you're ready to breathe out next time, you're going to bring the hands down to the floor and pivot onto the ball of your back foot and lower the back knee down. And walk your left foot out to the left so that your hands are on the inside of your legs. So lower your right knee down. That's it. And then inhale, slide your chest a little forward. Exhale, push into the earth and round the spine. Inhale, slide the chest forward. Exhale and round the spine. And again, inhale, chest forward. Exhaling to round. And then come back to center, and same as the other side, you can keep the back knee down, or you can press out through the back heel and lift it up. And then send your left sit bone wide, take your left shoulder underneath, okay? And then hug that left leg into your left arm. Maybe you can lift the left arm up and reach it out to the side. Maybe you can try lifting the right arm up as well, so both wings are flying for you. Wonderful. And then exhale, lower it all down, okay? Lower the back knee down, and then just move back into child's pose for a moment, okay? And let everything settle just for a moment and breathe. We're nearly done. And when you're ready, come on up to sit. Okay. With your knees bent, feet wide, nice long spine. Okay. And we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So you're going to have to lean a little forward to the inside of your legs. Then you just bring your hands down. Okay. So your upper arms are on the inside of the legs, kind of, yeah? And then push into the earth, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, really push, lift your right leg up. And then lower it down. And next time you breathe out, push into your hands, lift your left leg up and lower it down. So make sure your arms are nice and active here. So widen them a little bit so they're shoulder width apart, roughly. Okay. So this time, deep breath in, exhale, push, lift. Can you extend? And then lower it down. Okay. Exhale, push, lift. Any amount, and then lower it down. Right. So it may not work for some, and that's okay. One day we'll get there, right? Shall we try lifting both legs, see what happens, okay? So remember, it takes a little bit of leaning forward and hands forward and push into your hands to help you. Feel the belly engaging and lift both legs up, any amount. And if you can, oh, it's almost harder than the actual thing. You can feel that in your tummy, can't you? Yeah. Right, we'll stretch it out now, I promise, okay?
Is this my skill?
Ah, okay. Right, just be careful.
I won't do that again.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Right, let's have a little twist. So have your knees bent, legs together. Wrap your left arm, I was doing so well, across the legs. And as you breathe in, lengthen the spine, lift your right arm up. As you breathe out, spin to the right and lower the hand down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, twist and breathe. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale and lift the right arm up. And as you exhale, turn forward, wrap the right arm across your legs. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, spin to the left and take the hand down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, twist and breathe. And then inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, turn back to the front. We're going to lie on our tummy, okay? Just to stretch out the front body and also tone the back body. So come and lie all the way down on your tummy. And let's start nice and low. So you can have your hands underneath your forehead to begin with, okay? Keep both hip bones and the pubic bone in contact with the floor all the time. Okay. Press down into your left foot, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, extend out through the ball of the right foot and lift that right leg up without rolling to the left. Okay, so you're using your glutes to lift that leg up. And then inhale next time, lower it back down. Press down into the top of your right foot. Exhale, extend out through the ball of the left leg and lift that left leg up. Okay. And then again, inhale, lower it back down. And then this time, as you exhale, can you lift both legs up and really extend out through the balls of the feet. Okay. And then inhale, lower it back down. And again, let's do it again. Exhale and lift the legs up. And can you lift your head up now? Does that feel okay for everybody? Cool. And then lower down. Turn onto one cheek. Bring your big toes to touch heels wide. And rock the hips gently side to side. And then we're going to do it again. Maybe come up a little higher with the chest. Okay? So if you are okay to go a little further, bring your hands by your rib cage. And then as you breathe in, lift the head and the chest up off the floor and look forward and down. As you breathe out, extend out through the balls of the feet, lift both legs up. And then those of you who want to lift your hands off the floor, go ahead and do that, but you don't have to. Okay. Breathe. Really think about chest going forward, feet going back. And then exhale, come down. Push down into your hands and lift up. Take the knees nice and wide, big toes touching. And go into child's pose again with a nice long spine. And you might want to just gently sway side to side. Wonderful. And then we're going to come up to sit before we roll back down again, but this time we're going to lie on our back. Okay? So you come up to sit first, and we're going to do a little bit more forward as we go down, but I want to show you first, okay? So what you're going to do is, once you roll down, you're going to have the tighten up in your top, because that presses straight into your back. So have your legs straight, legs together, feet flexed, arms in robot arm position, and when you're breathing out, you're squeezing your legs together and you're lifting your head and shoulders off the floor. And you can stay here, okay, and breathe into the chest and the upper back, and try not to let your belly push outwards. Keep drawing in. And if that feels like, yeah, you want to go a little bit further, you can lift your legs up. You can also lift your forearms up. We're just going to hold it for a few breaths. But anytime you need to come down, just come down. And then you can either come back up again, or you can just do the head and not do the legs. Okay? Or do the head and legs and not the arms. Right. So roll down onto your back. And then have your legs together, legs long, feet flexed. Okay? Arms in robot arm position, upper arms hugging the ribs. And then take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift the pelvic floor, squeeze the legs, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. And you decide if you want to lift the legs up, but think about breathing into the chest and the upper back, breathing out from the pelvic floor, lower belly. And if you want to lift your elbows up, you can do that as well. Reach your hands forward, maybe make a fist with both hands and breathe, okay? And smile if you can. Well, that's just one step too far. And then exhale, just go, and lower down. Let it go. Oh, we okay? Let's do a banana stretch. So let's take our arms overhead. Grab hold of the right wrist, okay? And then curve your upper body over to the left. And walk your feet over to the left. Okay, so upper body and feet over to the left. Keep the shoulder blades and the buttocks on the floor. And if you want to cross your right ankle on top of your left ankle, that's good. Go ahead and do that if it feels good. Okay? And then breathe. It's one of my favorite side bends, this one. And then when you're ready to come out, use the in-breath. Slowly lower that leg down, move yourself back to center, bring your shoulders back to center, swap hands. So you're going to be holding your left wrist, and then curve your upper body over to the right, and walk your feet over to the right, and cross your left ankle on top if it feels good, shoulder blades and buttocks grounded, and breathe into the left side of your body. And then when you're ready, inhale to come back to center, and lower your arms down, and we're going to stretch up sort of core out a little bit more before we go into bridge. So if you grab your brick, okay, grab your brick and bend the knees, okay, and you're going to push into your feet, lift your bum up and place the brick underneath your sacrum. So you go as flat as you want it to go, or maybe medium height, but don't go highest, okay? And you want the front edge of the brick, the end that is nearest to the front of your mat, to just be up from the crack of the bum. I don't know any other way of explaining this better, okay? And that's exactly where you want it, just up from the crack of your bum. And then from here, we're going to extend our left leg forward, okay? And keep it on the floor. So the leg is straight, but it's on the floor, okay? The heel on the floor. And if that feels horrendous, then don't straighten it all the way. Okay? But if it feels okay, flex the foot and then breathe here a moment. You can take your arms overhead if you like. You can grab hold of the opposite elbows maybe and lengthen the elbows upwards a little bit. Okay? Maybe point the left toes if you have the leg completely straight. And then, if you can go a little further, can you lift your right foot off the floor? But this time you'll have to release your arms down to hold that knee, okay? And draw it in a little. And flex that left foot and push out through your left heel. And breathe. And then next time you breathe out, lower your right foot down. Bend the left knee in, put the left foot on the mat, okay, and extend your right leg straight out. Okay. Wonderful. If you can keep that right heel on the floor, great. Maybe try pointing, maybe taking your arms overhead, hold the opposite elbows and extend and breathe. And then to go that little bit further, you're going to release the arms and use your out breath. Lift that left foot off the floor. Hold on to your left knee and flex your right foot. Push out through the right heel as you hug the left knee in. And breathe. And then exhale, lower your left foot down, bend the right knee. Push down into both feet, lift your bum up, slide the brick out, and then lower your bum back down to the mat. Okay? And maybe just stay there a moment and notice your lower back and how weird it can feel after doing that work. Okay? And then we're going to do a bridge pose and a twist, and then we're going to end. So have your ankles underneath your knees, feet and knees hip width apart roughly. Wonderful. And then you can bring your arms back into robot arm position like we did the core work. As you breathe in, push down into your arms to get the chest lifting. As you breathe out, push into your feet, lift the spine up off the mat, coming into bridge pose. And then you can take your hands underneath your back, interlace the fingers, and extend the arms straight forward towards the front of the mat. Okay? Wriggle your upper arms underneath your back so that you can lift your chest a little bit higher. Ground into your heels to get your hamstrings working, and think about, you're not moving your feet, but you have that sense of trying to draw the feet closer to your bum, so you're engaging your hamstrings and strengthening them after all the stretching that we did. Okay? Breathe here a moment. And next time you breathe out, release the hands and slowly come all the way down. And then have your knees bent but feet wide and knees together. Okay? And wrap your arms across your chest, and then breathe into the back body a moment. Wonderful. And then take your arms out wide. Walk your legs together, feet together. We're going to twist, right? So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you drop your knees to one side. I don't mind which side you go first. Okay? And maybe you can look towards the opposite arm and breathe. When you're ready to breathe in, come back up to center. And breathe out, go the other way. And then breathing in, come back up to center. As you breathe out, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a quick cuddle. Okay? And then you're going to roll to one side and grab some warm layers while I turn the light off so that you can go into relaxation without being cold, because the heat has gone off. I don't know when I'm going to remember to set it on for the next class. So make sure you're nice and warm, and then find your way to lie down and make yourself as comfortable as you can. Okay? So if your lower back hurts, you're going to bend the knees, feet wide, knees together. If the back doesn't hurt, you just have the legs in any comfortable position for you. your arms a little bit away from you with the palms up. And if you're okay to close your eyes, then close your eyes. If that's not comfortable, then you have your gaze soft, looking up at the ceiling. Okay? And just take your time, adjust until you're really, really comfortable. And then we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh the breath out. And again, deep breath in and sigh the breath out. And then this time, take a deep breath in and hold it for a moment. And use your mind's eye just to roam around the body. Notice if there's any tension anywhere. And if there are tension, when you breathe out, sigh that tension out of your system. And invite those muscles to be soft and relaxed, knowing that you're safe here. Okay? And then allow the breath to flow in and out freely and softly. Let your breath be natural. And if you want to watch the breath just for a little while to allow the mind to become quieter, then please do. But watch the breath like you're watching waves coming in and going out. You don't control it. Okay? Some waves are bigger, some waves are smaller. Just watch the breath like that. Let some be deeper, some be shallower. Keep the mind soft. And maybe you notice that the mind keeps wandering away. Where do you go to? Have that awareness, but then invite the mind back to the breath and let your whole body sink deeply into the support of the earth. Really give yourself permission to rest and relax. 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 Staying still just for a little while longer. Start to bring your attention back to the body and the breath. Become aware of breathing in and breathing out. And become aware of how your body moves with your breath. And gently invite the breath in to be a little deeper and the breath out to be a little longer. And again, as you do that, notice how as you breathe in more deeply, the torso expands a bit more. And as you breathe out more completely, you can soften and relax a little bit more. And then, if you still notice tension anywhere in your body, can you send the breath into that area and thank those muscles for protecting you? And then as you breathe out, invite them to soften. And let's take a deep breath of love and gratitude in and hold the breath for a moment. Allow love and gratitude to flow to every cell of your being. And then sigh love and gratitude out to all beings on earth. And start to make small movements like wriggling the fingers and toes. Maybe rotate your wrists and ankles a few times in one direction and a few times in the opposite direction. And then do a big stretch, arms and legs away from each other, get really long. And on your next out breath, draw the knees up into the chest, wrap your arms across your legs, give yourself a big hug, rocking gently side to side. And then roll over to one side, take a breath, and come on up to sit for our one Om together. So you're going to have to help me here, there are not that many of us, right? Poor Nicola, she doesn't want to just hear me, okay? So sit tall, bring your palms together at your heart center, eyes can be gently open or closed. Take a deep breath in. And breathe. When you're ready to breathe out next time, bow your head to your heart, thank yourself for looking after you. Om Shanti, thank you.
Thank you.